Welcome to part two. Surprise. I was running out of space and didn't realize. Where was I? I was talking about Hajimaru. Something starts. There's no person doing it. It just happens. Okay. Only got a little bit of time left, so I'll just get on with it. 34年の間. So this is an interesting way that he writes 30. You may see this time to time. Instead of doing the 310, sanju, 30, he goes 3 and then this circle, like a 0. Or this would be 300, so that's kind of like, oh, that's a terrible 3. It's like doing that. Interesting little mix of English and Japanese numbers. 30年よ. 34年. Not yon, but yo. That's this one. When you put it after a number, this one by itself means surplus. Pronounce it yo. And you put it after a number, it just basically means more than that number. So more than 30 years, during those more than 30 years, those 30 some odd years, whatever the case. ヨーロッパの文化的土壌の上で生活してきた私にとって武道はまさにアイデンティティの証だった。Okay, so during those 30 years, Aida, the character for that one, I'm looking at it because I don't know how much space I have, and hopefully we're still going good. Aida, interval of time or space. So during those 30 years, ヨーロッパの文化的 cultural. Bunka is culture, and then when you put teki at the end, that makes it into, you can make just about any noun into an adjective with this character, teki. So bunka, culture, bunka teki, cultural. Dojo, not dojo, where you practice martial arts, but dojo. I'll draw this for you. Dojo means soil. So this is land or ground where you intend to use for, could be something like growing crops or building a business, building an industry, or something like that. Dojo, so bunka teki dojo, the fertile cultural soil of Europe, more or less. 生活してきた私にとって. Okay, couple of grammar things to break down here. Let's start off with 生活してきた. So 生活, to live, go about your daily life, and whatnot. So what they've done here, 生活してきた, it's the te form plus 来た at the end of it. As in 来る, to come, past tense, casual, 来た. So whenever you put some verb and then te form and then 来た, it's a very commonly used verb ending. Now I've never gotten a formal explanation of this particular verb ending. The best that I've been able to figure out on my own, and this is where if someone in the comments has been taught this formally, they can chime in with their explanation. But basically, when you put tekita at the end of a verb, it puts the emphasis on the process of change from the beginning state to the end state. So one way that I have heard used and I started using myself was narete kita. Nareru, to grow accustomed to get used to. And when I put narete kita at the end, so te form and then kita, like here, it emphasizes the process of me getting used to whatever it is. So when I was asked millions of times, have you gotten used to Japan, Japanese food, Japanese culture? I say, hai, narete kita. Like, yes, I've gotten used to it. But I put tekita on the end of it to emphasize the fact that it was a process, it didn't happen all at once, that sort of thing. That's what tekita means as I understand it. Now, if that's incorrect or if someone can offer a better explanation, by all means go ahead and we can all learn something neat. Alright. 生活してきた私にとって. So this one is a lot simpler. Oh geez, that's completely wrong. Hold on a second. Okay, good. Still going. 私にとって. This one's a lot simpler. So, 私にとって. To me or for me. So an example of this one is I would say 私にとってそんなに寒くない when I lived in Japan. So the coldest it ever got where I lived was plus 3 degrees Celsius, which is nothing compared to winter in Canada. That's like fall temperatures. So to me, it's not that cold. 私にとって to me or for me そんなに寒くない It's not that cold. It's not that cold to me, it's not that cold for me. From my experience, from my standpoint. あなたにとってとても寒いでしょう Probably for you, it is cold. It is very cold. Right? So 私にとってそんなに寒くない It's not that cold for me. 多分あなたにとってとても寒いでしょう For you, it's probably very cold. Plus 3 degrees Celsius. That's like that's not even the start of winter here in Canada. Anyway, moving on, because I don't know how much time I have left. 武道はまさにアイデンティティの証だった Okay, two things here that I noticed that jumped out at me. First of all, まさに Usually it's not written like this. This is the character for it, like tadashi, correct? But usually they'll put masa, like the hiragana masa ni. Truly, rightly, really. It really was. Identity, katakana word identity, like the English word identity. Identity no akashi. I'll write this one down. This was a new one for me when I first read it. So you have two radicals here.